Today we're making spring rolls, aka chūnjuǎn. During my childhood, I would often equate Chinese food with one precise dish, that is, spring rolls. Yes, that deep-fried cylindrical savory wrap that brings the combination between juicy, savory and umami almost to perfection. So sit down and relax because we're gonna take you through some interesting facts about spring rolls. And of course, we're gonna get you through the recipe as well. And since we've got time, we're gonna show you how to make the wrappers from scratch. And in the meantime, press on the like button and of course on the bell as well so you can subscribe to our channel. It's free and you can receive notification to every new video that we're gonna be posting out, recipes, food stories and whatever. Now, despite understanding that this equation, Chinese food equal to spring rolls, is of course, not the truth, we can certainly agree that spring rolls should be holding a very important place in our hearts and of course in our stomachs. There's a certain degree of debate going on as which of the versions should be treated as the original one. So here's the deal: Shanghainese style, Cantonese style, Sichuanese style, all the other styles you can find in Southeast Asia, literally anywhere in the world, you name it. We love them all. But hold on one second before we get started. Why are the spring rolls called spring rolls? I mean, why not winter rolls or, summer rolls or autumn rolls? Well, summer rolls, that sounded sexy. See, Chinese food loves to create links with seasons. And in this case, spring rolls were firstly conceived as pancakes, which filling is related to seasonal vegetables, and in this precise case with, guess what? Spring vegetables. And as you probably know, spring is not just a season. It is the season here in Asia. And spring also means Spring Festival, which is, the big thing here in terms of celebrations in Asia. So, linking up these things, we have pancakes for the coming season, spring season, seasonal vegetables, Spring Festival. And guess what? Spring rolls. So if we put these things in our mind, it's very easy to get that image, that picture of great food used to celebrate big festivals, and also as a mean of celebrating whatever is good, family, quality time, and nature. But sorry, I think we were going to get started with the recipe, so let's see how we did with the spring rolls. We started with the easy job, mixing the all-purpose flour with salt and warm water with a few drops of oil as well. And that is when things really started to get sweaty. And once I obtained a nice, smooth and dense batter, that is when I realized I could have nicely used the mixer, but saving a little bit of electricity actually made me happy and made me feel like I made a little contribution to this big cause. While the batter was resting, we enjoyed a nice time of cutting. The cabbage in this recipe, I believe, is really a must. Once cooked and seasoned, it absorbs lots of flavors and I just love its juicy texture. Oh, I love it. Oh, yes. Less juicy but crunchy are the bean sprouts. Just remove the tail and job done. It was a turn for the carrots and the three aromatics that are usually used in many Chinese food preparations: the ginger, the garlic and the green onions. Alright, marinating the meat is a must in Chinese cooking. And just remember the easy way: white pepper, salt, sugar, cooking wine, soy sauce and finally sesame oil. Oh shit, I was almost forgetting the butter. Ready for us to prepare the wrappers. The wrappers! The wrappers! If you feel like not willing to prepare these at home, just look for your local Asian grocery store. Facile, easy, e dai. But here, we stick with the plan. We're gonna make the wrappers. Take a brush and become an artist. Okay, what I mean by that, take a cooking brush and start by brushing some butter on your non-stick pan, or the non-stick pan which you're gonna be oiling before the cooking. I don't know if it makes sense, but anyway. Yeah. Low fire and go ahead by brushing it with some of the butter. Once you feel like you've sort of filled in all the empty spaces, put the heat on and watch the show. Wow! See, here we tried at different heat levels and the result was okay. Shape-wise, we could have done better, but that did the job. Remember to flip them and cook them through on the other side as well for a few seconds. So with all the wrappers that we're making today, I think we're probably gonna be eating the spring rolls for the rest of our lives. And yeah, it doesn't sound like a bad plan. It was then time for the filling, and we started from the meat that we had just marinated. Quite straightforward here. Aromatics in some oil, meat and then season it. Cooking wine, soy sauce. Here we went for some rapeseed oil, which I think is definitely a plus when you're making some of the Chinese recipes. In this case, you're trying to get the aroma out of garlic, ginger, and of course, you know, the green onions. Trust me on this. Vegetables into the wok with some oil, good stir, and then season with salt, helping to release its moisture. Some of the magic oyster sauce and job done. The trick here is not to overcook the ingredients, as you want to have the bean sprouts as well as the carrots still crunchy, and you know, you sort of like the texture. Remember to filter out the moisture once you remove the veggies from the wok. You don't want your wrappers to be too wet. Finally, we got to the most sexy part of the recipe, the wrapping and rolling time. Wrap and roll. You get that, right? Like rock and roll, wrap and roll. Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, before getting into this, there's a little trick here. We have to make a starchy glue that is going to help us out while folding the wraps by letting the surfaces stick with each other. Just water and flour, job done. This is really going to be the game changer here. Take one sheet and add in some veggies and meat. Don't ask me the precise quantity because literally I don't know. This part should really be the artistic one with you making these creations. Two skills here. One is to move in the filling to remove any empty spaces inside the roll. And the other is to flip the two sides in after adding a bit of starchy glue on. To keep them firmer, add some starchy glue also on the top part during the final closing. The deep frying part was really easy. Just remember to freeze the spring rolls. You're not gonna be eating straight away. I mean, it's a tough job. I mean, you know, I'll probably eat them all, but you know, if you wanna freeze them, you know, just do it. 160 degrees Celsius and then 190 degrees Celsius for the second deep frying phase. If you want to understand precisely for how long you're going to be deep frying them, you know, just look into the description and remember to press the like button as well as the notification button on the top, because it really means a lot to us. And if you want to know how they taste like, what kind of dipping sauce that we used, and 3 great things about these spring rolls, just keep watching this. Alright guys, so here we are with our spring rolls and these are looking so nice. It was kind of a journey into preparing the wrappers and then the filling and then deep frying them, but I think it's definitely worth the journey. From the look, I'm actually pretty much sure that these are going to taste great. It's kind of a freestyle when it comes to size, you know, look at this. This could serve like a lunch for 2 persons. And looking at this, that's probably, you know, more sort of miserable looking small. But yeah, that's not the point. I'm gonna be telling you 3 great things about this dish. The first thing is that spring rolls is a must. Spring rolls is one of those recipes that you want to learn how to make because it's finger food and it's really easy once you kind of get to understand how to make the filling, because the wrappers, you know, you can always get them from any groceries around your area. The second great thing about spring rolls is that they give you a great leverage on the choice of filling that you want to put. So let's say you were in love with chocolate spring rolls. Oh, that could mean something. Just put everything, it's a wrapper. So it's a complete freestyle. You don't stick completely with traditions because food has to make you happy. The third great thing about this dish is the sauce. And you might be arguing that I'm probably cheating right now, but I think that the sauce, despite probably being another recipe and they're probably gonna look into some sauces in the next videos, I think that the sauce really makes this dish appealing for anyone because you can actually change the sauce in whatever sauce you like. Is balancing out the deep frying oily sensation, and usually there will be sweet chili sauce. Thai sweet chili sauce, Chinese sweet chili sauces, anything is good. But here today we made a small variation because we use our own sauce, and it's something that we've been working on for the last few years, and actually we made a compound sauce. It's actually one of the sauces that can be both used for compa chicken, of course, but also for finger food. So it is time to try this, and oh my days. Yeah, so this is finger food, guys, so excuse me for not using any chopsticks or fork, but for whatever reason you're gonna be changing the filling, just keep the dough in, the bean sprout, and then you've got the outer crunchiness, you've got the inside tenderness. It's really something, you know. Bean sprouts, crunchy, you've got the meat with that umami, you know, we added the oyster sauce, so it's giving an extra taste. Beautiful. You heard that? We would be very happy if you were watching this video and you left us a comment. Say, where you come from, say what kind of Chinese food you like, tell us your story with China, and just keep in touch.